وما أرسلنا من قبلك إلا رجالا نوحي إليهم فاسألوا أهل الذكر إن كنتم لا تعلمون.
بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن والاه وبعد. Then this is a statement for the Shaykh Sulaiman Ar-Ruhayli حفظه ta'ala entitled Al-Manhaj Al-Sahih في تعامل مع اختلاف العلماء في التحذير, or a correct approach and how to act concerning the disagreement of the scholars in affairs of warning against people. We found this statement to be qawlun fasl, a decisive statement regarding the affairs that has arisen amongst some of the Salafis nowadays, from a scholar that all can agree upon his correctness. نحسبه كذلك والله حسيبه ولا نزكي على الله أحدا. And due to the fact that we found no one had translated it into English, we saw fit to translate it. Perhaps that Allah Azza wa Jal will put it in the scale of our good deeds. It might benefit us as well as others by it. So without further ado, we leave you with the statements of the Shaykh.
الشباب السلفيين إذا قال شيخ معين كلمة وقال غيره كلمة أخرى يوجب أن يتبع فلان.
The Shaykh, Hafidhullah, he started off by saying that from the current problems or the contemporary problems that face the Salafis or some of the Salafis is that if a particular Shaykh has a statement while another Shaykh has a statement contrary to it, then someone says you must follow Shaykh so-and-so, or you must follow this particular Shaykh.
فإذا قيل له تعال ننظر في كلامهما حتى يتبين لنا الحق نأخذ به قال أنت عندك شبهة.
So if it's said to that person, come, let us look at the two of their statements, that perhaps we might, or the truth might be made clear to us and we might follow it, then that individual says to you, you have doubts or you have shubha.
أنت عندك شك في المشايخ.
He says that you have doubts about the scholars or you're uncertain about the scholars.
طيب هو يقول لك أنت عندك شك في المشايخ لأننا نتكلم عن اختلاف بين علماء معتبرين. لا، هنا يطلب الحق.
He says you have doubts about the scholars. But we're talking about here the statement of two scholars who are to be valued and considered. So this is incorrect. Instead, the truth should be sought.
وينظر بالقواعد الشرعية.
The truth should be sought. The truth should be sought, and it should be looked at according to the legislated principles.
ومع ذلك أيضا لا يحمل أحد على أحد.
And in addition to that, no one should attack the other or transgress against the other.
فلا يأتي هذا مثلا ويقول أنت ما دمت ما جرحت فلانا فأنت مجروح. أو يأتي هذا ويقول ما دمت تجرح فلانا فأنت مجروح.
So no one should say to the other, since you haven't criticized or given jarh to so-and-so, then likewise you are majruh, or you are criticized. Nor should anyone come and say to the other, since you have criticized so-and-so, then likewise you are to be criticized.
بل كل يعلم أن أخاه قد اتقى الله ما استطاع.
Instead, everyone should know that his brother has feared Allah to the best of his ability.
ولاحظوا يا إخوة التفصيل الذي ذكرناه.
So pay attention, oh my brothers, to these details that we have mentioned.
فهذا الأمر ينبغي أن يعلم.
So this affair is one that is necessary to be understood or known.
وأن تعرف هذه الأصول وهذا التقسيم في مسألة الخلاف حتى نسلم.
And this foundation should be, everyone should be aware of this foundation and this type of categorization and these issues in order that we might be safe.
من الإشكاليات التي يعني فرقت حقيقة الشباب السلفيين من غير مفرق.
In order that we might be safe from these problems that in reality have separated the Salafis without any cause for separation.
من غير مفرق.
It separated them without any cause for separation.
بل هي مسألة اجتهادية.
Instead, it's nothing more than an issue of ijtihad, or an issue of one trying his hardest to find the correct opinion.
لا ينبغي أن يحمل فيها على أحد.
Therefore, it's not suitable that one attacks another because of it.
ولكن الإنسان من حيث اعتقاده وقوله ينشر ما ظهر له أنه الحق.
Instead, a person, based on his belief and his statement, he supports that which he considers to be the truth.
ويقول هذا القول حق.
And he says that this statement is the truth.
ولكنه أيضا يعذر.
But along with all of that, in addition, he gives an excuse.
من قال بالقول الآخر.
He gives an excuse for the one who has said the other statement.
لماذا؟ لأنه في الحقيقة مما يؤلم القلب.
Why does he give this excuse? He gives it because in reality these affairs are from those that close off the heart or lock the heart.
أن بعض السلفيين أصبحت قلوبهم تقسو على بعض.
This is because some of the Salafis, their hearts have become hardened against others.
بسبب مثل هذه المسائل التي دخلها الاجتهاد.
Their hearts have become hardened towards others because or as a result of these issues that are open for ijtihad.
وأصبح بعض السلفيين يقسم السلفيين صفين. صف مع وصف ضد.
And some of the Salafis, they have started to categorize the Salafis into two categorizations. A group that is with him and a group that is against him.
وهذا في الحقيقة أمر غير مستقيم. وبالأمس كان يكلمني أحد الإخوة من بعض الدول فقلت لهم ينبغي في مثل هذه المسائل أن نحفظ لإخواننا قدرهم.
And this is an affair that is incorrect. And just yesterday recently I was speaking with one of the brothers from one of the different countries, and I said to him, it's necessary or it's suitable that we preserve our brother's value in these affairs.
وحقهم.
And we preserve their rights.
وفضلهم.
And we preserve their virtue.
وأن لا نجعل الأمر على صفين.
And that we not make the affairs two groups.
نحن وهم.
Us against them.
بل ينبغي أن نكون صفا واحدا.
Instead, it is necessary that we be one group.
وإن اختلفنا في مسألة من مسائل النوازل لا مسائل الأصول.
Even if we disagree in some of these contemporary issues, these masail and nawazil, or these current affairs. Not the case if we disagree in the affairs of the fundamentals.
أيضا السلفيين بعض السلفيين يلقبون بعضا.
Also, it has occurred that some of the Salafis have started name calling others. They have started giving alqab or inappropriate names to each other.
فالشيخ فلان إن كان مثلا يوافقه فهو مسدد الحق معه دائما، وفلان الذي يخالفه هذا مميع ما عنده معرفة بالمنهج.
So if a particular sheikh agrees with him, then he says that this sheikh is musaddad, or this sheikh has been given success to be correct, and he understands the truth, and the truth is with him. While if a particular sheikh disagrees with him, he says about this sheikh that he is mumayyi', or he is one who waters down the issues, and he does not know the truth.
والعكس ذاك متشدد من الغلاة من غلاة الجرح وهذا معتدل.
Or it might be the opposite. They would say that this is mutashaddid, or this particular scholar, i.e. the former, is one who is too hard or too extreme. He is from those who go overboard in the affairs of jarh, while the latter sheikh is one of those who is mu'tadil, or those who are balanced and fair.
هذا التلقيب ما عرفناه إلا في الآونة الأخيرة.
He says this type of name calling or ascribing of names, we have not observed this before. We have not observed this except in these later days or these later generations.
ما نعرف بين السلفيين أبدا.
We've never observed this before amongst the Salafis, ever.
ولو اختلفوا في مسائل النوازل.
Even if they disagreed in the contemporary issues amongst them.
هذا الأمر ينبغي أن نتنبه له.
So this affair, it's important that we pay close attention to it.
وأن نتواصى بحله.
And that we encourage each other in it with great concern.
بالطريق الشرعي وأنا قلت لنفسي وأقول لإخواني ابدأ بنفسك.
That we encourage each other with great concern towards the correct path. And I've said to myself and I've said to my brothers, start with yourself.
ابدأ أنت بنفسك.
You must start with yourself.
وسلم قلبك لإخوانك، صفي قلبك.
And clean your heart towards your brothers, or make it safe from anything against them, and purify it.
واعرف لأهل الفضل فضلهم.
And acknowledge the virtue of the people of virtue.
واعتقد الحق.
And believe the truth.
وقل به.
And say accordingly, or let your statements be in accordance to it.
مع الحرص على جمع كلمة أهل الحق بالحق.
And be steadfast or devout in your efforts to gather the people of truth upon the truth.
هذه بعض النقاط التي أحببت الحديث عنها في هذا المجلس.
These are some of the points that I wanted to speak about in this gathering.
والحقيقة أني تركت مسألة لماذا نقول بلزوم منهج السلف لأن هذا الأمر قد كرر وكرر.
And in reality, I left alone the issue of why do we say it's a must to stick fast to adhere to the minhaj of the Salaf. And I did so because this is an affair that has been well established and repeated often.
وأردت أن نمر على نقاط.
And I wanted to speak about or discuss some of these other points. This is the end of the translation of the statement of Shaykh Sulaiman Ar-Ruhayli entitled Al-Minhaj Al-Sahih fi Ta'amuli ma Ikhtilaf Al-Ulama'i fi Tahdhir, or the correct approach regarding how one should act concerning the disagreement of the scholars in affairs of warning against people. It was translated by your brother in Islam, Abu Taymiyyah Abdul Hakim Ibn Clifford al-Mutarjim, St. Lucie. هذا وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على عبده ورسوله محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.
البينات والزبر وأنزلنا إليك الذكر لتبين للناس ما نزل إليهم ولعلهم يتفكرون.